Morning, everybody. Hi, Gail. Okay. So all you need is a chair. I'm just organizing some of this for me. Okay. So just a chair in your space around you. You may also want, for some of the balancing stuff, if you have like a nice quad cane or a walker or something around that, when we get to this standing on one leg thing, you'll have the option of putting the toe on the ground or bringing the leg up. And that's why it's good to have something around you that you can put a hand on and work this portion of the Tai Chi movements. So again, a chair, space, and somewhat nearby a balance implement of some kind. And it looks like everyone's muted, which you can stay muted. We can just kind of dive right into class. Our recording is already going, so we'll just go right in, and I'll go ahead and mute everyone. And feel free to unmute yourself if you have any questions. Okay. Sitting. Scoot to the front edge. Buttock bones plug down through your chair. You use the chair to get down to this feeling of being connected to the ground, rooted, supported by the ground. Central axis intact from the tip top of the crown, straight through the middle of the body, down, and then through your legs to the floor, through the chair to the floor. And let's just take about 8 long, smooth breaths here. Also, a little down with the chin, but not to the point where, if you see my head here, I'm not taking my head down. My neck stays here, and all I'm doing is just bringing chin down, base of skull up, not bringing the neck. So that little gesture, it's a pretty powerful gesture for on various levels in terms of the nerve flow to the face and this upper chamber here. A lot of that nerve flow comes out of this back gate. And so if you're sitting like this, you're cutting off that flow to this upper area, and also you're throwing off this central line. So chin down very slightly, base of skull up very slightly. And over time, this starts to actually feel like, as they say in Tai Chi, as if suspended by a string from heaven. The crown of your head, suspended. So if I take my chin out like this, I feel everything collapse onto itself, and I feel congested. When I do this little movement here, my whole spinal column lengthens. I feel a sense of open throughness, a sort of springy throughness through my whole body. So we want that feeling when we're walking, when we're squatting, when we're doing any number of different actions. We want to feel this open space inside of this matrix of our body, okay? So here we're practicing that in our sitting practice. This is why I'm always saying this is your minimum homework. Minimum homework is spend 5 minutes at a time, 10 minutes at a time, multiple times a day, sitting, finding that central line, opening all the nerve pathways, practicing long, smooth breathing so that you're down regulating your nervous system. And folks with Parkinson's, you have to do that. That's my experience in in working with people is that you have to, over time, become a master of your nervous system. Other people can get away with not being a master, and it doesn't show up as obviously. But whether it's MS or other nervous system issues like Parkinson's, you have to basically become enlightened. Quiet mind, calm nerves, but potent presence. So long, smooth breath in, long, smooth breath out. You're practicing a particular type of presence. Down-regulated, but not sleeping. Calm, yet potent, powerful. Final 3 breaths here. And again, please do make this your homework. Now, slide the hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades back, lift the chest, arch the back, look up. That's one movement. Then the opposite, slide the hands forward till the arms straighten, drop the head and round the back. That's the second movement. Again to the first movement, all together. The pelvis is tipping, the arching of each vertebra, the shoulder blades coming, elbows back, look up. And forward. Let's do 2 more after this one. Practice smooth, thorough movement without tensing the body, staying as relaxed as you can throughout the full range. After you finish that next rounding, then let's come up to neutral, vertical, and right into rotation. Left hand forward past your knee, right hand back, elbow back, turn the shoulders and head, twist, gentle. Switch sides, turning, 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 all the way to the other side. And then we turn back around the other way, all the way. And again, turn. 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 One more each. Back to middle. Arms hang. Shift the weight to your right buttock. Lean. Emptying out this whole side. And then back to middle. Shift to the left buttock. Emptying out your right side. So only to the amount, and lift this hand up, this right wrist up, and then down. To the degree you feel safe, flirt with disaster. Go to the edge and kind of almost be maybe falling out of your chair, but don't. And then back. And on this side, go to that edge, almost go to that place where whoa, 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 but you're relaxing at that edge of danger. So we're getting to this edge of danger, and then the natural instinct is to tense up, which pulls us away from being rooted. What we want to do is melt and relax and connect down to the ground and stay rooted. Even when we're almost falling, we want to train that response to be release down, connect down. Don't tense up because that makes us fall. So we have to unlearn an instinct to some degree. Back to middle. Now we got shoulders. Shoulders shrug up, squishing all that shoulder musculature. And then soften, 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 melt down. Shrug all the way up, squishy, squishy. And then melt. 2 more. Shrugging up, melting down, up, and down. Now we have shoulder blades circles, shoulders forward. So it might look like I went up, but I didn't really. I went forward. Now up. Stay up as you go back. Squish those shoulder blades together. So get that crack of a walnut and then slide those shoulder blades down. Arms come down and we're back to neutral. Do it again. Forward and up. Back and down. Eventually that just flows like a really nice circle. And this is a common, usual suspect for where we all hold on to our tension, our density, our making ourselves top heavy. And so that's why we got to practice regularly cleaning that out, keeping that mobile. And we switch directions. Back, up, forward, down. Back, up, forward. Back, up, forward, down. Back, up, forward, down. Two more. And arms relaxed. Swing them forward. Turn so the backs of the hands face in. This is internal rotation, turning inward. Then go away and around and behind you. And then swing forward and again, rotate, internal rotation. Now, as you're going out, notice I'm not lifting. They're staying low, but I'm going out. I'm opening all this space here. Come around behind. Swing forward. Opening all that space. Now we go level 2 where arms return. We do lift them up a bit, but we keep them close together and then open all that space. Down. Closing in front. Opening. Closing. Open. Now closing, coming up and keep coming up as you go up over the top and slightly behind you, down. Closing, come up, up, long reach. 2 more. And back to level 1, reverse. Come out to the side. Notice I'm not lifting my hands. They're not coming up. Down here, around to the front, swing. So stay low, go out, around, in, down, out, around. So that's level 1. Now level 2, where we come back, we go up, cross, down, back, up the back, cross, down. That's level 2. Level 3, up, keep coming up, 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 over, down, back, two more. And relax. Bend the elbows. Elbows go out and all the way up, 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 and down. Around in front to squeeze. Down. One more. of each. Up. Down. Around in front and squeeze. Down. Now, elbows back. Back. Then down, forward, up if you can. And forward, down, back. Down, forward, up, down. Elbows out to the side, palms face the floor, one above, one below. Hug, crawl the fingers around. Nice squeeze. Release and float the elbows straight out to the side. And once in the other position. And open. Down. Arms out at 90-degree angle at the elbow, so forearms are more or less parallel to the floor. Turn your palms down, up. Pronate, supinate. Pronate, supinate. Pronate, supinate. That's the two forearm bones. Now from here, hands separate, but we want to more or less, we don't want to straighten the arms way out to here. We want to keep the elbows in, so the movement has to happen in this shoulder space there. Then hands come in. Now elbows go out and around towards the front. So again, notice how now my elbows went from being right alongside to in front, and that creates a hollowing, rounding, folding, and then open, unfolding and opening all that space, and then hollowing, opening, rounding. Opening and stay open. Step your feet wide apart, comfortably wide, but wide. Then left hand up, all the way across and reach across. Now here, notice if you do this right, and you keep this thigh where it is, you don't let it fall that way. You keep it there. You feel this opening to your quad, your groin. So that's one of the things we're working on here. And then back to middle, and then let's do the other side. So as I'm turning, I'm stabilizing that right leg where it is, so the right quad opens. And then we're back to neutral. Neutral. So these various Qigong exercises, joint mobilization exercises, are just tools. They're like a broom and a dustpan and a chisel and a lathe, and we're just getting work done. We're making shapes and then opening spaces and polishing pathways. Now stay in the middle, or let's do one more. So I think I'm even here. Now both up, cross, turn. So the palms kind of flop down and just let the arms fall between the legs and separate. So now we're folded, closed. Then cross, stay closed as you come up, and then open. Up, over, closing, flop the wrists over and fall through. And let go. Release. Then cross, raise, up, and let there be a settling down all the way here. Up and over, cross, down and through, let go. Cross and rise, up and open. One more. Legs, arms, wrists, circles. reverse. And shake them out. Scoot back a little in your chair so you're very stable. Load your right leg, knee up, heel drawn in. Push, reload, set it down, switch legs. Load, push, reload, down. Load and push, reload, down. Push, down. Load, push, reload. Now, straighten the right leg out, foot and ankle. Point, flex. Point, flex. A few more. Invert, tilt the foot in. Evert, tilt the foot out. Tilt, 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 tilt. Circles, in, around, and out. Reverse, out, around, and in. Switch feet. Point and flex. Invert, evert, little tilt, tilt. Circle. Reverse. And down. Scoot forward again, all the way to the front edge. Step your feet wider, a little bit wider apart than your hips, not too wide though. Lift your toes up. Now turn on the heels. Point the knees and toes in. Feel that quad, that groin space closing. And then lift your toes, opening. Closing, opening. Pelvis, spine, relatively undisturbed. Free moving legs. So the movement of the legs over time, round by round, looser and looser so that they can do all kinds of things, the legs, without pulling the body along. So we're trying to create a dynamic separation of the joints, the tissues, we're creating space inside. Now the heels come in, knees go out, and then heels out, knees in. Heels in, knees out. Heels out, knees in. Out. In. Last one. Neutral. Legs back to about hip distance, hands on the legs. Forward fold and swivel on the hands so those elbows go way out and around and we open up the back. And then sit upright. Lean back. Just as much as you can from the hips. Upright, fold. Upright, lean. One more. Upright, fold. Lean. Same lean and fold, but with wider legs. Dragging bows, takes a bow. Sitting up and leaning back. Sitting up and bowing. Up. And lean to your right, bow forward, elbows out, and then sweep across to the left. Come back along the left and around to the right. Forward, and around. Reverse. The dragon stirs the sea with its tail. And we are back to middle. Legs back together. Arms hang. Float out. Turn the arms, palms up, reach up. From here, lift the chest a little, chin a little, and reach right arm higher like you're trying to touch the ceiling. And then just relax the arm down a little bit. Reach the other one, try to touch the ceiling, and then relax it. And then touch the ceiling, and relax. Reach, and relax. Reach. And then both. Up, up, higher, higher, reach, reach, reach. And then wings. Relaxed and loose. Then forward, right? So they're shoulder distance apart, they're long. And we go up. And then lift chest, chin a lot, and arch the back, create a gentle but invigorating back bend. Arching. And forward. Down. Loose. Loose. Now, before we stand up, head and neck. So hands can be resting on your thighs or hanging, whichever feels comfortable. Chin down. Lift it back up and look all the way up. Down. Up. Down. And up. Down. And up. Bring it back to level. Right. Look over the shoulder. Come back. And the other shoulder. And around. And around. We want to eventually create a bobblehead. I know I think we all know what a bobblehead is, right? Where the head is not grabbed by the muscles of the neck and cranium glued together, but rather it's this free floating, moving space. There's a space there. Now, tilt, up, tilt, up. Soften into the movement. Back up and soften into the movement. Soft. Back to middle. Chin forward. So we exaggerate this less than ideal position. Feel the pinch off here in the base of the skull. And then bring the chin back. Keep the chin down and bring it as far back as you can. And feel that opening for all that space. And then forward. Draw it back. Way back. Too far back. And then forward. And back. And then one new one today that we haven't done with anybody. So watch me, please. Chin is up. I go out, down, and then I'm tucking the chin in and coming back to this place here. And then I'm going up and over. So try that with me. Chin is up. We're reaching the chin out. We're getting to that forward place. Then we're letting everything round and release. And then we're tucking the chin in like a swan, nestling the chin in and rising up, pulling the chin back, back and up. And then reaching it out, way out. And then scooping it under, coming up with that wide open base of skull, back of neck. And up. And tuck, bring it in under. And then we reverse. So now chin tucked, down like you're trying to bring your chin down to your navel, right? But you can't. And so then you go forward with the chin, up, and now we're coming back this way. Once we get back, then we tuck that chin in and try to touch your clavicle, touch down to your breastbone, and then reach the chin out. So we're leading with the head, creating an interesting sort of spinal wave-like motion, loosening up our deep central line. This comes from silk reeling Qigong, but also in a form called snake and turtle Qigong. And this is one of the snake movements, obviously. Kind of has a turtle feel too, but it's really that spinal wave-like motion that we're trying to create. And then just come to middle. Find your zhong-zheng, your central upright. Slide your feet back. Spill your body weight out of the chair to your legs. Pour yourself over. Be in this position, not on the chair. And then just push. Now we're all the way vertical. Keep the body weight going to the rootedness through the legs. Fold, sink, find your chair, and then sit back. Pour yourself out of the chair. Sitting, folding, sink. One more. Now, 3 times, don't sit in your chair, butt goes back, sink, and use this to get near the floor, maybe even touch the floor. Some of you are adding, I've shown you this before, where you kind of walk out onto your fingertips and walk back. Right, so watch me do that one time. Those of you that might want to add this someday or add it today is where we first get all the way here. And then if I can touch the floor, then I kind of tip into my balls of my feet and I can just walk out on the fingertips and then walk back and come back up. So you might try that. Don't put yourself at risk, please. But just know that there is a soft, safe way to sink, find the earth, stay connected to the earth, kind of go to all fours where you're on hands and feet, and then re-evolve back into a bipedal humanoid. One more time. Sink, find the earth, stay connected, safely rooted to the earth, and then we crawl back. And we are up. Tai Chi time. All right, so we're standing. Loose. Just take a couple of moments in standing meditation. Notice the general mistakes that people make or habits. Locking the knees back. That's one thing. So let's do that wrong thing here. Lock your knees and notice how that gives you a particular type of stability that's kind of seductive, but over time it's not very useful and adaptive, and it weakens all the muscle groups and strength of the legs. Now unlock the knees and just have them be soft. We don't want to push the knees and bend them deeply. We want to open so that there's space. There's this kind of buoyancy that you can see with my legs, right? So keep your knees like that. And then also another tendency is people do something like this. They hold their arms They hold their arms, they hold their arms and shoulders, they hold their arms, let go, let go. Chen Manqing said he had a breakthrough with his Tai Chi when he had a dream that he had no arms. So consider that idea. Or just feel your arms as loose and light. Okay? Now, rising hands. So I'm going to turn a little sideways so you can see. Forward and up. The wrists are loose, as if you're painting the wall in front of you. Now, before we go down, we change all the relationships. And then it's like you're painting with fingertips, down and back behind you. And then again, here, we change those relationships. As the wrist drop, the hand and wrist change so that they're coming up in this shape. And then as we get ready to sink, those relationships change and we sweep down. Let's do that a few more times. Rising hands. Sinking. And swing a little behind you. Rise. Floating. Sink. One more. Now, as the hands come down, they scoop in front, low cradle. Float them out. The crane extends wings, flaps wings, and then change those relationships just like we did, sweeping down, light scoop. Open. Sweep. Open, big open space, and then smooth. One more. Now embracing the moon, wings. Right hand, turn palm up. As it comes up over the top, left hand sweeps under. They meet on the center line. They meet at the middle. They go back to the top and bottom of the center line. Then one goes low, one goes high, but they end up meeting, wings. Left palm turn up, up over, down under, meet at the center line, towards, middle, away. Let's do one more of those to each side. Wings. Sorry, gotta adjust here. Up, over, down, under, come towards each other, away from each other, around, over, under, towards, away, and around. Wings come down, hands come up. Turn the palms to face forward, elbows a little bit back so your chest area is open. Push. Get that full extension. So extend all the way, but stay where you are so that you get this opening and stretching through the back. And then come around and draw. Turn. As you push, you settle into where you are. You even move your back a little bit back to open the back and to keep you centered. And then wrap around and return. One more. Push. Stay where you are, nice and stable. Stay long as you come around the back side, and then the elasticity draws back. Turn left hand. Push left hand only. Then turn left hand towards body, right hand ready to push. One draw, one push. And then both hands simultaneously prepare And then one draw, one push. And then they change. One draw, one push. And notice how my body is turning, but my pushing hand is essentially going to the same place in space. They're touching the same area in space. Push, draw, push, draw, push, draw. One more. And draw the hand back, settle, release. Arms are loose, right? Well, all that stuff we just did is like the ABCs of the arms, but the result we want is that they're relaxed. We're not holding on to them. Let them go. Now, as you shift into your left leg and turn from your middle, just rotate a few degrees to your left. The arms kind of swing that way, right? They just go over here a little bit. Now we change the weight into the right leg, turn from that middle pivot, and sweep the hands across. The bear washing paws in the stream. Change your weight to your left leg, turn, and sweep. And so it happens in that order. So do it with me in that sequence. Leg change, turn from your middle, then the hands, they're third. And then leg change, turn, and sweep across. Let's do this a few more times. Now pay attention to the subtleties in the hands. When this hand is coming across, the palm is facing that way. That's called brush knee. This hand facing this way, sweep the leg. Then they got to change jobs. So now that left hand is the brush knee hand. The right hand is that sweep leg hand. Then they change jobs again. So there's a turnover that has to happen. Because a lot of times what happens, and I'm seeing this maybe Baljit, it's a little bit with you, is the hands are staying kind of like this as they're going across, where we want change. We want rotated this way, and then we want rotated the other way. We want that change. There you go. So again, like I've said before, the healthy body is one capable of total transformation, total change. We don't want our body to get stuck in positions. And this is happening for everybody, regardless of what they're dealing with health-wise. All of us are dealing as we age with this idea that the body and the brain kind of truncate and shrink and get pretty narrow. So we want to make these changes. Now, stay in your right leg a moment. Turn your left hand ready for that brush knee. Now, right hand goes around a big old circle and stirs back in close to the body. And now the left hand goes around a big old circle and comes in. So as the hand is brush knee, the hand is swirling stream. Notice this hand doesn't get stuck. They're both traveling. And then they're preparing, and then they're both traveling and preparing. Now the bear snatches the fish. That hand floats up, so we've still got brush knee, but now we're coming across around chest height with a big old bear paw. Falls into the water, and then reaching out and across. Reaching out and across. Reaching out and across. Looks good, everybody. Now the bear snatches that high jumping fish. Sweep up over the top and then let it fall down into the water. And it brushes knee as the other hand comes up, over, down, under. Up, over, down, under. Up, over, down, under. One more time so that we're all on the same side. Let's all get over here. So you're in your right leg. Your left hand is up high. Right hand down low. Now, left hand descends. Right hand rises like a wing. Turn this right palm up and fold at the elbow. So now it's loaded like when we were pushing. That's this loaded position. Now, change your weight to your left leg. Turn and send low hand through, brush knee, high hand push. Now let them get to the end of the movement before they then exchange places. Right hand drops into the water, left hand roll full. Now we're ready to go change, turn, brush, push. Now let those hands keep going, 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 going. And then they orbit back around and into position. That looks great. Change, turn. So again, we're sending them along their way, and we don't want to stop them. We want them to go, go, go. But yet we're staying where we are to organize everything. So the hands come right back around and prepare. And then we're changing, shifting, turning, brushing, pushing, letting them go, 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 but stay nicely rooted where you are as the hands then orbit back into ready position. So now once you get the general choreography, then you can soften everything and just try to get this feeling of flow. Unobstructed flow. Now I'm going to use this moment because I think I may have seen, you guys keep doing that, but I may have seen Gail, you kind of rubbed your back. Maybe I saw that or not, but sometimes this is what's happening when people are practicing Tai Chi. Okay, that hurts the back when compared to this.
My feet are slipping.
Yeah, and you may be moving more than you ought to. And I don't know if it's box or something, but that's a good, those are two good moments to talk about something. We don't want to be here and way out here, right? We want to be comfortably here, and then we can just change and turn and change and turn. So we got our brush knee, our push.
I have a question.
Yeah.
My shoulders all like really tight, and I don't know. So that's one thing that I'm willing to know how to, because I think it's just I maybe haven't been stretching enough.
Yeah.
They're just tight, and that's why they hurt. So
that's correct. That's correct. And as they relax, they will get better as you do this type of stuff more, as you move more, and as you open them out. Okay. So just keep working on it, and also take breaks, right? So when you're newer to a practice, that is how you'll have lower doses that you can practice with. So you might do 5 and then take a break and stop and let them relax, and then do 5 more. Okay. Now come across here. Let's all be in the left leg, and the right foot is empty-ish. Bring the right foot, turn the right foot, out about 5 degrees. So instead of parallel feet, turn that right foot out, change the weight. And this is where you might want that balance implement near you. So now we're in one leg, and this is that point I'm making about the back. We can't be here in one leg. That won't last. But here we can actually create this nice relationship with the earth. Now get light on the toe of this left foot. Right hand down, bend left elbow. Now option, again, you could put your hand on that balance implement or not, but eventually we work on bringing this knee up. So you need to be careful though, right? Because we're in the Zoom land. No, I'm not there to assist you. So if you're going to challenge yourself with lifting the leg, make sure you're in a safe environment, right? Now, bring that foot down, turn those toes out, we change. Let the weight go through the left leg so that the right foot is empty. And then we can bring it up, or of course, just touch the toe to the ground, right? And then put that right foot, toes turned out. Now we're changing the weight. Right hand's down. As this left foot is no longer under use, it could potentially float. Set it down without any weight in it. Change the weight. Once you've changed, that left leg's doing all the support work, so you might be able to just shoot up. So that's what you want this to feel like over time. A lot of times we change only a little bit, and then we yank our leg up, and that's why the balance gets all thrown off. So the subtle awareness of 100, 0. And when you make that change, then all of a sudden, wha, can happen. Swift movement can happen. You set this foot down, a lot of times what happens, people come down and they slam into it. So we're working on setting it down with no weight, and then working on change, 100, 0, into this position. Set the foot down, no body weight. Change. Down. Change the weight first. Really get clear that left leg is all support. And then down. Change. And bear wash pausing. Sweep across. Sweep across. Hands play with clouds. So we sweep across. Right hand sweeps the leg, turns to vapor, rises up. Change, turn, cloud, leg. Let the arms go, float, 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 reposition, and then shift and turn. Play with clouds. And then they go and they go and they go, and then shift and turn. Play with clouds. You let them go, the hands go, but you stay where you are. So we're allowing this freedom. Now we're going to add a challenge. So we're coming across. The weight should be in the left leg here. Bring your right foot in, back out without any weight as the hands change. And then we shift and turn. So as your hands change, bring that left foot in, out, shift and turn. Foot comes in, out, shift and turn. In, out, shift and turn. Cloud hands. Hands play with clouds. Round by round, executing it smoother, easier, lighter. Brain calibrating with the body. And bring the hands down. Wash your paws. Wash your paws. Now, listen close. We're doing play guitar. So as you shift, as you sweep across to your, that'll be your right, left foot, turn in, pigeon toe. And that's from the hip, remember. So this turn of the leg, internal. Change your weight into that leg and turn the body so now your belly button is pointing due east or whatever, due to the right, whatever direction that is for you. And your arms float up in this particular arrangement. So noting how a guitar has one hand that's further up the fretboard and one hand that's down here. That doesn't mean you're actually thinking you're playing a guitar, but it's saying that relationship with your hands. And your body weight, 100, 0, with the heel touching. Play guitar, 100% 0. Turn your palms to face down, pet the tiger, sweeping, and then sweep the arms back up. Play guitar. Again, sweep and back up. Now this time, as you pet the tiger down, turn your other leg, your right leg, so that both legs are pigeon-toed. Right? We worked on this when we were sitting. So now you've turned in. And then swinging the arms over this way, turn, open. And here we are. Play guitar on this side. Just hold the position. 100, 0. All right, check and see. Also with the arms, we don't want them here. Like almost like they're inflated. Inhabit the space. All right. Then pet the tiger. Turn the palms down. Sweep down the back of the tiger. Past your body. And up. Now we'll change sides. So we're sweeping down, double pigeon toe, turning both legs internally, change the weight, and just rise up facing this other side of the room. Now let's just switch back and forth a few times. Turn palms down as they come down. Turn, pigeon toe. There's a natural little weight shift. Turn on the heel. Open. Hands come down, pigeon toe. Change. Over here. See if you can get this one to feel super duper effortless. Just change, swing. You're relating to whatever's happening on this side of your life, this side of your room. Pigeon toe, change. So this one really helps us find our central pivot, because there's a central pivot where everything is controlled from here. Even though you're changing foot to foot and you're changing left to right, there's a constant, just a nice still point in the middle. Play guitar. Play guitar. Now, change your weight into your right leg. Empty your left foot, step it forward. Shift a little bit, 70%. Turn a little bit on that heel. Left hand comes around, brush knee, right hand push. We just hold this position for a little bit. So that's another thing we don't do much of in this class, but here's our experience of it. Using these postures as standing postures. So that at first, when we're in this position, you're going to be clenching up, you're going to be holding on to things, it's going to get tired, but you relax. I'll turn a little bit sideways so you can see it from this shape. One foot is in front, one is a little behind. Right? Back foot is turned out slightly. Notice there's no part of my body that's overworking. Right? I'm not doing nothing in the legs and doing a whole bunch in my arms. Everything is sort of connected and has a relationship to each other. And then you just practice softening, relaxing, holding yourself in space, but not by lead or grip. Rather, release into soft, supple ease. Last 2 breaths, just holding the posture, but you want it to be easy. You want to keep the awareness all the way to the fingertips, toe tips. And shift into your back leg. Bring that foot back. Turn it out. Switch. Step that left foot a little forward. Brush knee. Soft push. So back foot's about 5 degrees. Front foot's pointing more or less straight ahead. Again, my front knee is not pushing way out here. Comfortable. This bottom hand is brush. Top hand, push. And just inhabit your body. And this is a 70-30 posture, not 100-0. 70-30. So you want 30% in that back leg, 70% in the front leg. Chin slightly down, crown slightly up. Remember that internal space I was talking about at the beginning. We want to feel that buoyant, right? We did all that movement stuff. We want to feel that buoyancy inside of this structure, where it'd be very easy for a held posture to become more and more stiff, holding, gripping. You want to soften into it, relax. Trust that liquid integrity. Final 3 breaths. This is called brush knee and push. This posture. And make sure that pushing hand is out. Not in here, Baljeet. Out. Yeah, it's out in space. And this hand down here. One is up and pushed. One is down. And then shift into your back leg. Bring that foot back. Shogun, wing, roll, fold, settle. Hands together, rub. Back of one hand, rub. Back of other. Groin. Up into the inguinal crease up there. Hip flexors. Sacrum, lumbar. Like you're sitting for a squat, sweep the hands down the outside of legs, around the inside, all the way up. And then 3 times, up the outer arm, down the inner. And switch. Bounce. Shogun. Seal. Belly button. Center palm. And then Taoist bow. Grab. Hold. Thank you, everybody. All right. Any questions, feel free. Make sure you know where your chair is when you try to sit down.